Are you ready?
My name is Vanta.
Letting go has so many phases. The art of letting go requires you to be present to where you are now versus to where you have come from. So I hear and I see, and we all go through those different phases. Now imagine them as different colors and different shades of letting go. The process of letting go requires you to have an innate understanding of how you are working and who you are and what aspect of you is in the clasping hold of you not being able to let go. So the very first question that we want to ask ourselves is, why would we need to let go? The only reason we are required and we ask of ourselves to let go is because we know within ourselves that there is some kind of thought process going on or some kind of emotional sets and triggers that are going on, or something is going on that is triggering an uncertainty or an insecurity or a fear, and the need to let go is relevant. So letting go would be like allowing yourself to be just who you are in the moment, but it doesn't have the juice, the fire, the passion. It's kind of letting you know you're kind of done to a certain way, okay, and it's time to let go. You're no longer, you're setting rules for yourself. So if I were to say that, then I say, okay, so if you're ready to let go, then the golden rule here is for you to do what? It is for you to allow the circumstances of what has been to be in the past. And for you to do that, you have to let go of the way you are thinking and the way you're feeling. And you have to allow this ability of being in the space of surrendering those habits and that energy so that that energy can be present. Anytime that you have the past constantly nagging you or robbing you of being present, then it is where I would use the word, all right, let it go. The capacity of you being able to let something go can only come from your own tolerance, okay? Your ability to stop thinking about it, your ability to not let those feelings and influencing, bounding triggers, okay, to warp you. And that means to take you out of the sense of peace, okay? And we all go through that. We become moody, we become irritable, we become frustrated, we become whatever it is that we are hanging on to, and then feel the need to let go. So golden rule is no one has the hold on you. You're the one that has the hold on what it is that is either mentally or emotionally creating a trigger of some kind of response that is either taking you into the past or it is triggering you that you're trying to avoid it to go to the future. And the minute you do that, it's game over. You haven't let go of anything. All you've done is you've created a slingshot and you've projected everything from the past into the future. Why? Because you did not let that thought or that feeling go when it's necessary. And when it's necessary is for you to be present to how peaceful you are. By the time you've become unrested or rest, what's the word I want to use? Because it's not a word, it's an energy. It's restless. It moves. It wiggles itself through your thoughts and it gets to that box and it gets and it starts poking you. And you go, I'm not going to think about it. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely thinking about it. Now not only am I thinking about it, now you're talking about it. And now you're vibrating all of those chemical responses and those energies inside of you, okay, that are creating this vibrational tag. Okay. Golden rule. What is that golden rule? So if I'm ready to let go of something, it means that you are knowing you've reached a certain capacity. It's like your cup is full, right? Or your plate is full. You know when you've had enough food, and you also know when you're not binging. You know when you've seen something once or twice or 3 times, it's done. You know. So it's also you knowing, okay, when that energy comes around, okay, be it from whomever, okay, be it from whatever circumstance, all right, or whatever situation, you know, okay, it's time to let it go. So is it time to you let a person go, a situation go, a process go? What is that golden rule? What is the trick? Where's the gold? Where's that essence? Where's that nugget? Where's that 1, 2, 3? I can do this. I can let that go. Where is it in the process of let it go? So it's like, where is your thought? Where is your feeling? And what do you need to do? And we kind of need to move it around. Why? Because you have to trick the mind. Because the mind can never let anything go. The mind is like a computer. So if you keep on bringing up music or sound or conversations or even people, or you'll see groups of friends, best friends, for example, coming together in a certain situations, we have to interrupt the interruption of the process of what keeps that conversation going. Why? Because it can be just one word. It can be just one signal. It can be something so small. It could be a smell, a memory, anything. And the mind will remember. So the golden rule to supporting yourself, okay, in the step 1 process of letting it go is have thoughts that are present. Being present is the utmost important thought you can have, because when you're present, okay, nothing has happened. You're present. So you're having to think, wait a minute, what am I present to? You're present to the moment. And this moment can only come from you surrendering what has been. So with every golden rule, there's a recipe. Okay, what is the gold in the rule? Okay, you've got to be breathing. You've got to be breathing, and you've got to be filling up your body, because that presence of inhaling and exhaling is also a process of letting go. Okay, you're telling your body, I am moving through, okay, this thought process and interrupting this thought process that has these holds, okay, on me that make me feel not so good. Because if you were feeling good, there was no need to let it go, right? You only want to let it go when it's expired its pleasure, or when you have expired your tolerance, or when you have moved from victim to victor, right? Or you've shifted a vibrational frequency that you go, you know what? I do no longer need this in my life. I have to let this go. So let it go comes in so many phases, so many colors, and everybody's to go, oh, just let it go. It comes from your tolerance. How quick you can interrupt yourself. How quick you can get that breath moving through your process of your thinker. Okay, is your thinker obedient? Or are you a servant or a slave to your thinker? Right? So it's so many shades. There's so many aspects to letting it go, because you've got to surrender, because you might not be ready to let it go. You might not have resolved within the pulse of your heart a certain amount of peace. And there could be many, many reasons. There could be, security issue. There could be a worse value, or a sense of fairness or integrity, or whatever your core values are. Okay? So this process of people say, Jenna, just let it go. Who are you talking to? And who's talking to you? So you've got to understand your mind is talking to you and your mind is telling you what to do. You've got to let go of you being the subservient, okay, of any triggers or thoughts that don't serve you. The golden rule is for you to be present so that you have the moment in that present time and gift yourself some awareness. Because if you catch yourself in this present moment in yesterday, which means in the past, right, which means that you're not present the minute you're in the memory of the past, you've been overtaken. So what's the golden rule there? What do you do? How do you do it? What do you go listen to? And I wouldn't go be doing any meditation, okay, under that situation. Because there's no moment. Meditation is to suspend, let go of your thoughts interrupting you so that you're able to be the observer. When the need to let go of something shows up in your life, okay, then you are being called inwards. You're being called to listen. And you're being called, okay, to an opportunity to raise your awareness so that you're not repeating the same pattern again and again and again. Okay? So, how do we go in and do this? And how can it be done? Because there is not one person, not one thought, okay, that ever comes in a sequence of events, okay, that pertains to the masses. Now, we can generalize as much as we want, but no one's lived your past like you've lived your past. No one's felt you and gone through your own internal cycles. Now, we can generalize that because we're all evolving and we all have our seasons and we all have our growth spurts and we all have our spaces of social connections, okay? But inner growth and understanding can only be understood by you, not conquered by somebody else's point of view or journey. And this is the space where, in the space of this grand awakening and the spiritual awakening of essences of who you are, we've never had more modalities to heal a mind, okay, and to be clear and focused. And yet we're in the space of more mental illness, okay, and distortion, and people where they're being taken by their thoughts and thoughts of others that will wake them up in certain ways of the lower mind. What do you let go of and who are you surrendering to is of a vital importance. What do you are you letting go of your higher good and peace to surrender to something that is a quick fix? That's not letting go. I have a word for that. I call that buckling. I call that you buckling to suppress a higher good for yourself, and you weakening your own internal light, okay, to serve something that doesn't serve you, probably your family or probably anybody, right? So let's go back here. We started. What's the golden rule to letting it go? You understanding where you are in the present moment. Are you rested? Are you uneasy? Are you happy? Are you content? Are you in progress of your higher good? Where are you? Because all of these things right now matter. And it's not per day or per the season or anything. It's where are you? Because the seasons will come and go, and you have to know where you are. You being the same person throughout the season and the change of seasons, it means that the seasons are changing, but you're not. So when the tree lets go of the leaf, what is going on? What is happening? That's a transcendence. That's everybody allowing. That's the tree allowing the wind to take the leaf. It's called a surrendering into the natural flow of life itself. And you'll see nowadays that people are hanging on to paradigms and thought processes and feelings from the past, and they're not able, to transcend that seasonal change. The example that I'm giving of the tree letting go, that's not letting go. The tree is just in the natural flow of its own growth. It's not letting go of anything. It doesn't have an emotion. That season, that tree, that fruit has served its time.
That's right.
And what I'm seeing is that people are being confused with time. Time is being separated, and time is the essence of the past, the present, and the future all together. And so somebody that, if you find yourself unable to let go of something, it's because your essence of time is squashed. Open it up. Open up the time. Time is a ray of light. In the beginning, there's an ending. And in that ending, there's a beginning. But the only one that is able to change that is you in that moment of being present. And so when you are wanting to let go of something and you're finding yourself caught up in the seasonal spaces of what it feels like to let go mentally, of your thoughts, of your feelings and your emotions, you've got to open up your time ray of light. You've got to go strengthen that ray of light and feel this connection to being present. Because it's when you are present that you're going to go say, okay, here's my past. Thank you so very much. Here I am, grateful and very present to where I am. And this is where I'd like to go. But what people are doing is, they're moving and they're staying in the past. And then they're talking and the thoughts are just in the past. And so they've moved away from the present. So your whole life now is being directed by the past, your conversation, your outlook, your perception, your beliefs, and all of that. When in the meantime, all you need to do is bring yourself back in. One little movement energetically will help you release of those thoughts, that are interrupting you from being present. That's a process of letting go. How quickly can you do that? Or are you finding yourself, that you're being pulled energetically, mentally to be in the space? So let's bring it back to you, because this was very out there, but it's important, because letting go is not a bag of procedures or rituals or lighting up a candle or taking a salt bath or, doing a ceremony or going on any kind of journey. And you've got to pay attention to all these things, because these are things that are extensions and they can either support you or derail you. So you have to know who you are being so that you're able to help support your body with the release of the thought of the past and the release of that emotion of the past, so that you're able to be present. It takes practice, but once you get it, it starts rolling and you start paying attention. That letting go is necessary for you to master yourself and uncover the gold that is within you. All right? Don't forget to breathe, and breathe often so that you're enough present to interrupt that process of what's not letting you go.
My name is Vanda.